You know what it is, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
You know who it is, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Odie, Maury, Sody, Maury,
Maury, Sody, Maury, Sody.
Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Hey, oh.
Yes, Mo?
Are you ready?
Let's go!
Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy. It's the Black and Snerdy podcast with Odie and Maurice.
That is right. Okay, alright. I will, alright. Yeah, here we go. It's the Black and Snerdy podcast.
I want to push the button.
Yeah, push it once.
If you know, you know.
Yes. I should have shaved before I did this.
Why?
Because there's hair getting into my mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know those problems.
Here we go. Okay. Alright, there we go. It's not, no, because I know it's going to bother me.
These are the behind the scenes things that you usually don't see that you're seeing today.
Welcome to another episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast, episode 61. Yes. Can you believe... Can you believe that we have had 61 of these so far?
I cannot, but I'm very happy we have.
Yes, and I'm looking to 61 more.
Yes, and times 3.
I'm just realizing something. Why don't I fill for time while you get the cards? Yeah. For those of y'all who've never seen the episodes or listened to the episodes of the podcast, my name is Maurice. This is Odie. And we're Black and Snerdy Podcast, the only podcast where two black, sexy nerds come together to give y'all the news you could use, to just chat, catch up with each other, talk about mental health, and, you know, whatever comes up in our orbit. You know, we like to be serious sometimes, we like to joke around other times, but, you know, we're two friends who just come together and snerd it up. Isn't that right?
Snerd it up!
Snerding it up, snerd style.
Snerd it up.
And shout out again to that one dude who found out the definition of snerd. It is a different definition from our definition of snerd. Urban Dictionary is not always your friend.
Little baby, snerd it up. All right, close your eyes and pick a card.
Okay. It's always going to end up being the one that's on the top. So I'll take this. You want me to go first?
Yes.
Okay. What was the... Oh, yeah. First off, we do Q&A with O&M. Just ask each other questions in order to get to know the host a little bit better.
Ask us anything.
What was the craziest thing you ever did when you were a kid? I think the craziest thing I ever did was I ran into one of those glass doors.
Did it break?
It broke the door, and I had to get stitches in my hand.
Thank God it didn't go into your neck.
I think I was trying to... No, it wasn't a glass door. It was like an awning door that had glass in it. I was trying to keep it from shutting, like, because I think my mom had just went in there, and I was trying to follow my mom, and I was trying to get her attention or something. So then I had my hands out, and I was just like, Mom, no! And so... Yeah, I think that might have been the craziest thing I ever did because my hand went straight through that awning window, broke it, and then broke the window, and then there was shards of glass in my hand. That's why I have this little mark right here. You see the line?
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yes. I also have this. I have no idea what that's from.
Probably rough housing.
Yeah, probably rough housing. Anyhow, what's the craziest thing you ever did?
The craziest thing as a kid, oh man, I don't know. I feel like I was always doing something. I was always getting into some type of shenanigans. Well,
Hot.
it's not, the window's open.
I know, but I have these headphones and a hat on my head.
Okay, well... This is the first thing that's coming to mind, but my sister and cousin and I, COS, Christopher Shadayoti, we came up with a very elaborate plan.
Came up with a acronym for you guys.
Yeah, we were a club.
Child Rebel Soldier ass motherfuckers.
We were a club, COS.
Y'all were a club.
Yeah, we had our own club, and we had our own secret handshake.
Ugh, I don't know if you want to use that anymore.
Why?
Cause.
That's my dad's name. What else would you? What else is Cos?
Like Cosby? The Cos?
Nobody's thinking about that when they hear Cos. So if I think about Cos, I think of my father because his name is Cosmos. Everyone calls him Cos or Coco or Co. So I don't even think about that.
Okay.
That person. Anyway. Okay, so we had an elaborate plan to rescue one of our dogs that was our Beethoven. Our dog had puppies, and the neighbors, they were next door and behind, stole one of our dogs, and we called him Blackie because he's all black, of course, and so we had made an elaborate plan to steal Blackie back because they were mistreating him. They were not treating him nice. They were always hitting him, yelling at him. It was just, we were just trying to save his life. And also they stole him from us. So it's like you didn't even ask for the dog. You just knew we had puppies and you took one and now you're not even treating him properly.
Trying to steal Blackie.
So
or steal Blackie. Whichever one you want to use.
I don't want to use either of them. I'm fine. But I think that was like one of our schemes and shenanigans. We used to do a lot of shenanigans together.
It's already starting.
Oh, the fireworks.
The never-ending fireworks in New York.
Is a thing for New Year's. It's very obnoxious. There's so many other things.
Well, it's not obnoxious. It's just only obnoxious when it's just like in the street.
It's just
Sometimes it's fireworks. Sometimes it's a gunshot going off. Because people shoot guns in the air.
Yeah, that's true. And I don't want to be anywhere near when that happens so the fucking bullet will fall into my head on accident.
That is a big problem. Bullets, eventually...
They come down. They have velocity. It goes down. It doesn't slow down. It just, boom. Now someone's dead.
Yes. Eventually, all bullets must come down.
All right. So that was
the title of this episode. All bullets must come down.
Okay. When you're finished writing, I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay. No, you can ask it now.
What's your good luck charm? I would say one of my good luck charms is my evil eye bracelet.
Mm-hmm. Why?
What do you mean why? It's an evil eye bracelet.
What's the story behind the bracelet?
It's an evil eye bracelet.
Okay, what is the... Okay,
evil eyes protects you from negativity and evil things.
Thank you. Okay, continue.
And so it's a bracelet that I wear on me, and it sucks up the negativity. And then when it has sucked up all the negativity it can muster, it'll break or fall off, or I'll lose it somehow. And then I'll get a new one.
Or you'll lose it somehow?
I mean, like it's like the idea is that when you're wearing evil eye necklace or bracelet or whatever, that when it's sucked up all the evil and negativity, that it'll break, or like there will be some mishap to happen where you will no longer have it, and then it was just like that was a time for it to go and for you to get a new one.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Who knows? I wear it all the time, so I don't know how I would lose it, but it would be one of those things where it'd be like, how the fuck did I lose this thing? I wear it all the time, but you never
Where
know.
is it?
It's on my ankle.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
What's your good luck charm?
That would probably be my ring.
Mm-hmm.
This is the ring that my grandfather left. Shout out to Grandpa Roy, or Granddaddy, which is what we used to call him. I now realize I don't want to refer to him that way anymore. So I'll call him Granddad.
There's nothing wrong with the term Granddaddy.
I don't know. I just don't want to refer to anybody as a daddy.
It's not a daddy, it's Granddaddy.
Know there's gonna be. Hello there.
Happy New Year.
You know there's gonna be a whole generation of people calling their not their grandfathers, but they're gonna be referring to like the elder generation as like grandzaddies.
Oh God, they already are.
Grandzaddies. ladies. How you doing, Granddaddy?
That's terrible.
Oh boy.
All right, so are you ready to jump into our pop culture segment?
I absolutely am ready to jump
Do you
into
have
a
the
pop
drops prepared?
I think so. Here we go.
We'll see. Pop. All right. So,
Well, we talk about the news.
there's lots of things
you
that
can
have been happening.
use.
I'm going to tell you this week, honestly, there's like a lot of criminal activity
Yes.
or criminal adjacent activity.
Yes. There
I
are
don't know
crimes. There are crimes afoot.
I don't know what's been going on, but I feel like maybe because it's the end of the year or something, people are just, getting out their last bit of shenanigans. But here we are. So our first update.
You gotta get the craziness out before you start the new year on a good note.
Well, we're starting this on a good note of Tory the Troll Lanez has been found guilty on 3 counts of discharging a firearm with gross negligence, assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. So now all of you stupid idiots or ignorant people or misinformed foes.
Yes, all the gentlemen out there who have been
And ladies. It's not just not just men.
Okay,
It's gentlemen and
all
ladies
all the people out there
who
who
were
spent the last few
trying
months
to
caping for
discredit-
him and just.
And I don't understand why people are just trying to cape for Tory so hard. Like, what has he done for hip hop or music?
I can't name a single Tory. Well, the only Tory Lanez song that I can name is just the remix to "What's Poppin'."
I couldn't even tell you what his verse was on
And
there.
and the only reason why I know that is because every time the remix comes on, I immediately change it because I think DaBaby is also on there. So I'm just like, oh nope, I don't want to listen to
okay.
that.
I mean, but
version.
at least like DaBaby as pre all of his like most recent shenanigans. DaBaby was actually like fun, interesting, cute, swaggy, had some sort of like
DaBaby was more notable than I would
something.
say Tory Lanez was.
So, like, for me, I get annoyed that I don't want to listen to the old songs again. But, like, say if they were to play somewhere, I'm not going to be like, ugh, God, it's a bit DaBaby song.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, damn, DaBaby, you really, like, screwed up the bag. Whereas Tory Lanez, I could not even tell you.
I don't think that a song
Where-
would play. Where is his music playing?
Nowhere, because where is his music? What is his music? Like, I don't know it. So I'm just confused as to why people were so interested in caping for this man, especially because, like, what has Meg Thee Stallion done to y'all for you to be so angry with her, to think she was going to lie and make stuff up about someone shooting her when she wasn't even the one that brought the case to us? It was the police and
Yeah.
the district attorney in L.A. who's like,
it's a state case. Or
you
it's a,
got shot.
is
and
it a
we're
federal
gonna,
case or?
I think it was a state case.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the end of the day, if someone is harmed, you don't have to, the victim does not have to be the one to bring forth charges if it's a serious enough situation. And that goes for physical assault, sexual assaults. Those can people like if the DA is like, oh, this shit is terrible, or for whatever reason we're gonna prosecute, they will do it. And so she didn't even go up there saying anything, and yet people just wanted her to be a freaking like. What is the woman from the Central Park 5, whatever her name was?
I don't remember her
I don't
name.
remember her name, but like they just wanted her to be a villain so bad. But the courts, he had his day in court, and whatever everybody's talked about, oh well, we'll wait and see. We waited and we saw she won, so fuck you.
Yeah.
His father was acting a plumb fool,
Blaming Rock Nation.
blaming Rock Nation,
Which started a whole trend
Yes.
on Black Twitter of everybody blaming Rock Nation for the most
ridiculous
things.
It was
the most
hilarious.
third party things.
I found it comical.
I blame Rock Nation.
But one thing that came out post trial, came out yesterday, because people are still trying to say that Rock Nation somehow bought the guilty verdict. Now, but a audio call came out from between Kelsey, Meg's previous best friend, and Tory Lanez. And Tory he's talking to Kelsey, and he's like, bruh, I know Megan probably never ever gonna talk to me again, but I just want you to know, bruh, I was just so fucking drunk that I ain't even know what the fuck was going on. I ain't never do some shit like that. I didn't even understand what the fuck was going on. Regardless, though, that's not gonna make anything right, and it's not gonna make my actions right. I'm just deeply sorry, bruh. So I want to, like, that is a
admission of guilt.
Because what are you gonna be if you didn't shoot me? Why would you be so sorry?
Yeah.
Like, there would be, like, none of this, this whole entire case has been just a masterclass in tomfoolery and chicanery.
Yes.
And all of you idiots who are jumping on his stupid bandwagon, there you go. Okay? Yeah. He has admitted it. I don't care what y'all want to say. And argue semantics about, well, he didn't say. What the fuck is he going to be apologizing for?
Now, we know, unfortunately, because of how people's opinions are, like, solidified and calcified into people's brains, that, like, a guilty verdict is never going to change.
Oh, for sure.
How anybody views this case. But, you know, at the very least, Megan gets some justice. Megan can now go on vacation and move forward with her career with this behind her. And hopefully now we can all move away from this story and we can move on and get some good music out of Megan, you know?
Yeah. My one of my friends, Renee Brooks, who's the founder of the Black Girls Lost Keys and the Black ADHD support group I do. She posted on Facebook that Tory Lanez is about to be the new OJ because people are really just caping so hard for him to not be guilty when all the evidence is there. But you know what? I'm just glad.
I would argue that I don't think white people know who Tory Lanez is.
They don't. The only reason they know who Tory Lanez is because they know of this case.
Is because
and
of
I'm
the
sure
case.
If people saw it, they'd be like, okay, once you look at it, it's like, okay, sounds, unless you're in the metasphere, you're not going to be trying too hard to poke holes in what's going on.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Fuck you, Tory Lanez. I hope you get deported and you're never allowed back in the United States and that they take away all of your privileges. And good luck in jail. He faces, I think, up to 20 years, 25 years, possibly. So
and deportation because he is a Canadian resident.
Yeah,
So
you got the boots.
Yeah, give him the boot.
Get out of here, eh? But yes, fuck Tory Lanez. So in more legal trouble, do you like the cartoon Clarence?
I find it's a nice little slice of life show.
I've told you before, I'm not the biggest fan of Clarence. I really think it's like Clarence is obnoxious. He's obnoxiously stupid and not in a fun way. Like in Bob's Burgers, the kids are obnoxiously stupid, but like it's enjoyable. Whereas with Clarence, I'm just like I hate it. But the creator of the show, Skylar Page, was arrested at a Ross for stealing Nerf guns and some other merchandise and tried to leave without paying. And now the police were described him in the police report as being unhoused and saying he didn't have any money, enough money to pay for them. Which and they've charged him with one misdemeanor charge of petty theft.
Maybe he's just trying to feed his family. Because you know that whole fable about an old man who steals a loaf of bread in order to feed his family. What if he's just trying to provide for his family some really expensive, official, authentic Nerf guns?
I don't know what's going on with him, but I would hope that he, as the creator of Clarence, was not bankrupt.
Well,
but I also,
you did hear about the story about him, right? And how he got kicked off of his own show.
No, I did not.
Oh, you should Google it.
Tell the listeners they're not Googling things.
For being a creep, for being like sort of hunting after or accosting the female staff.
Oh, well, fuck you, Skylar Page.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought that's why you brought this story
No,
up.
I just thought it was funny because it's Clarence, and it's a show we both have watched. It's animated, and nerds like it. I didn't know he was a creep.
Yeah, he provided the voice of the character lead Clarence for like the first season, I think, until he got kicked off, and then he was replaced. Hello there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but no, he's a mega creep, and he's still out here
being a creep, apparently, or maybe that's why he needs to
creeps and thieves.
But like stealing Nerf guns, what are you gonna do with a Nerf gun? Well, maybe they were Christmas gifts for his kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they were Christmas gifts for somebody. I don't know. But it's fuck him. He's a creep. I did not know anything about that, or else I would have just thrown this story away. But you know what? Fuck him. Mm-hmm. Speaking of creeps, do you know who Andrew Tate is?
Vaguely. I know that the internet is aware of him, and I know that he has a presence on the internet. That's about all I know. I don't know like what he does or what his like main thing is, He's
one of the manosphere people.
He a red pill kind of guy?
Yes, he is a red pill kind of guy.
After this, I'm going to tell you how a recent friend of mine was telling me that she started following down a red pill.
Oh, I have followed the red pill hole, and wow, it is terrifying.
Yes, it is.
So this shit!
Hey, what's up, Toy? I know this. I know her.
She's gone now, but she was here. She just started following us.
Yeah, it's cool.
So Andrew Tate got into a bit of a disagreement with Greta Thunberg, who is the
she's the climate change
activist, and I believe she's only 19, but she's been doing this since she was like 10.
Yeah.
So he tweeted her and said, "Hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16 8-liter quad turbo. My two Ferrari 812 Competizones have 6.5 L's, whatever this, I don't know what it is. This is just a start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions." Because he was trolling her about her being
AKA Captain Planet.
Yes. He was trolling her about being a climate activist. And so she responded back like, you could send it at littledickenergy@gmail.com or whatever like that.
I don't understand why people are trying to mess with this girl. Like, this girl, all she's out here trying to do is to let people know that these fucking icebergs are melting and the penguins need help. Like,
listen, I don't understand.
Leave this person alone. Let them do their thing.
They hate her.
I say person because I was going to say this little girl, but like, she's grown up now. Like,
she's a woman.
She's an adult now.
Well, after she said that, he, of course, was in his fifis, and he did a rebuttal video to her. Thunberg. He did a video of him eating, and he's like talking about how rich he is and just being an asshole. Yeah. In the video, it has like a pizza box in it, and allegedly, this pizza box, it's a popular chain in Romania, and this helped, allegedly, the Romanian government be able to find and arrest him and his brother on suspicion of human trafficking. In Romania.
First and foremost, what a twist.
So it says on Thursday, Tate and his brother Tristan were detained for an initial 24 hours alongside 2 Romanian suspects after they said they had found 6 women who had been sexually exploited by the suspects. So fuck you more, Andrew Tate. I hope that your taint splits in half.
Ew.
And then you'll learn to leave people the fuck alone. Like, why? You jumped into somebody else's business for no reason, and now look at you. Karma.
Tain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Because G for Greta.
Yes. You know, it's Mercury's retrograde right now, so you guys can't just be doing shit and talking wild.
Yeah, this is a bunch of... Look, this is a laundry list of shit dudes who are out here doing dumb shit, fucking shit up for the rest of us. I mean, we'll monitor the case to see how the fuck it goes, but again, human trafficking, that's one of those fucking crimes where they throw you in jail for. Like, if they find you as it's like racketeering, right? Where like if they find you guilty, then you're like go under the jail.
I mean, generally,
like, you'll go to jail.
I mean, they might give him like 10 years or something, but it's like sexual assault is still not given the place it needs in our justice system of like actual retribution.
Right.
So, still, fuck him.
Fuck out of here.
You're the worst.
Yeah.
Speaking of the worst.
You're absolutely right. Life comes at you fast.
Sure does. It sure does. Speaking of the worst people, Bill Cosby was doing a show or talking to WGH Talk. And one of the hosts asked him if he was going to go on tour again in 2023. And he said, yes, because there's so much fun to be had in this storytelling that I do. Years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I found it was better to say it after I write it. Who the fuck wants to see this old, not even because he's old, because it's not even about ageism. Because if Richard Pryor was still alive, or if, what's his name? Dick Gregory was still alive, I would go see them. There are plenty of older comics I would love to see.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to see your rapey ass
What's
jokes.
What's wild to me is like not too long ago, wasn't his health failing and he was
remember his eyes? He was
in
blind,
jail and shit.
He was dying.
They were saying that he was
compassionate release,
and now he's fit as a fiddle to go on tour. That's some fucked up shit.
Well, go on tour and have a heart attack I hope you don't have a heart attack on the tour. Hope it's not so stressful for you that you accidentally have a stroke.
That's crazy. That's really fucking crazy. I would say, like, here's the thing. The only way that I would be interested in even seeing this fucking show, I'm not going to go to the show. I'm not paying money to go into his pocket or anything like that to support his old-ass lifestyle, would be if, like, he just became the most unhinged version of a black comedian ever. And just, like, finally is just like, you know what I did in motherfucking jail? Like, you know what I mean? Just, like, completely go off the rim. But he's going to try to do his cookie-cutter bullshit act, and he's going to try to be like America's parent again.
No.
But sorry, those days are over.
Fuck you, Cosby.
I hope that the people are just buying his tickets just to boo him. You know what I mean? Like, he'd still make money from that, but even still, like that.
What if they all bought his tickets, got insurance on the tickets, and the day before the show canceled and did the refund?
Ooh, now that would be a
good
smart
idea.
That's a smart little scam.
Because I mean, I always buy.
You've done this, haven't you?
No, I always buy insurance on any ticket if it's a concert, a flight, because I just feel like you never know what happens. I don't think I've really ever had to use the insurance, but I just feel like if everybody bought the insurance.
So wait, is the insurance like just in case the thing gets canceled?
If it gets canceled, if I got sick or something like that and I couldn't go, then I would be able to get the money back. And so people can do that. If you buy the tickets,
I don't travel.
Wait for the day before you go, and refund it. And so he has an empty ass stadium like the baby.
Yes, I hope he does the baby levels. I keep seeing those memes go around of just like, pray for my friend. Somebody just broke into his car where he had 2 Bill Cosby tickets and they left 4 more.
That would be ridiculous. But fuck you, Cosby.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So is that all of the fuck yous?
That's all of the fuck yous. Then we're getting more into regular. There's still some crime lab things happening, but it's not going to be people that we hate.
Yes.
So I feel really sad about this because Orlando Brown, who you know from That's So Raven, Family Matters, and a host of other shows, he has, I guess, he is no longer.
Was he the boy in Major Pain?
Yes,
he was. Okay.
That was him. So remember, like a few years ago, he's in the late aughts. He has gone back and forth, in and out of rehab. He's been doing better, then he would go back and forth. And so more recently, I want to say in 2020, I remember seeing.
Recently. Sorry, you just said my name. Continue.
In 2020, I believe he was doing better. Like he was married, he was clean, he had joined a church. It was this whole thing.
Yeah.
And he looked really good. I was very happy for him. But in recent months, in the last year, I've seen him having more erratic interviews again. And I really wish people would stop interviewing him because they're not interviewing him because they want to, like, actually know about him. They're interviewing him so they could get a good soundbite because they know he's going to go on there and be like, Parappa the Rapper, I sucked Diddy's dick, and Bow Wow's my girlfriend, or something like that. Like, he's going to come up there and say ridiculous things.
Parappa the Rapper.
But that's the way that he talks during these interviews. Like, he is not conscious of anything. He's just speaking out of his mouth. And it is very sad to see because you could clearly see that he's going through something, whether it's drugs, mental illness, both, whatever. And the fact that, like, we all know the stories of child stars.
Child celebrities, yes. Child
and
stars.
We don't know. He has never come forth, at least in a cogent and coherent way, to ever tell us, like, oh, someone did this to me or I was abused or anything like that. So we do not know any of his history. But we could only assume, of knowing what we know about child stars, that he may not have had, you know, the easiest time in Hollywood growing up around the myriad of predators that are in this industry. So now, as he's a grown-up, and he's going through all these things, and people are just out here laughing at him, and nobody's getting him the actual help that he needs. And perhaps, you know, they've tried and that he doesn't want it. Who knows? But it just makes me feel very bad for him because this last week, he was arrested for allegedly attacking or chasing around one of his relatives he was living with in Ohio with a hammer and a knife, and was threatening them. And he had been staying at their house because he's homeless. And he didn't want to go to a homeless shelter.
Damn, I didn't realize he was homeless.
Yeah, so he's apparently been homeless for some time, which it's sad about because I remember seeing him and his family. He had a wife and a kid, I think one on the way. So, like, this is just a sad state of affairs.
I'm surprised he hasn't been asked back to at least get a paycheck from the Ravens home
after
sequel.
He went online and was talking about he took Raven's virginity, and
I did not know that.
He was saying
he
had a whole. This was when he first started. Kind of, he was like go on shows and be like airing stuff out. We don't know if what he was airing out was even true or not.
Got you. So he's probably.
But he would just be on there speaking the worst kind of things, and he said a lot of stuff about Raven. So, I mean, not to say, is she feeling petty is going to hold it against him? Maybe not, but it's also like, can we bring you on the show and not risk you being an embarrassment in some way or causing issues? And I think that's the hard thing with people in the industry is that you might want to bring somebody back on so that you can get them finances, etc., but then you have to weigh the risks. Are they going to do something that could possibly hurt me or hurt the show? And then, like, that's where it becomes kind of iffy. Now, could they pull together their money and try to get him into a really good rehab and aftercare so that he can not be a danger to himself? Yes. But, like, that's something he would also still want to be able to do. They can't you can't just put people in an institution. anymore, which on one hand I feel like is a good thing. On the other hand, it's like sometimes we need to be able to step in to the people in our life and help them, but like that's a whole slippery slope. But praying for you, Orlando Brown, that you get the best help and care possible, that you can, this 2023, turn a new leaf. And I don't want to, I just, I don't want to have one day seeing one of the alerts being Orlando Brown has, either done something terrible to himself or has passed away for some reason or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a young man. He's only 2 years older than us.
Yes.
And he still has a whole life ahead of him. And even with all these things that have been going on, like he could still turn around and get to wherever he would actually want to be. And that doesn't mean in like the industry, but like maybe he's supposed to be like, I don't know, a school teacher or something. Like whatever his life's desires, I want him to be able to have it.
Yes.
In a safe and healthy way.
Yes.
Especially because he has children, like that's just, it's sad all around.
Yes. There's still always time to change things around, to make change for yourself. So we're hoping the best for him.
Yes. Now, this is where we're going to pivot from the criminality. But I want to tell you, this next story, I think this person needs to be arrested. They need to have their ass beat. And also grounded for life. So there is this new prank that's been going around TikTok. It's trending all over the place where kids are, and I mean, I guess young people are videotaping their parents while they tell them like a famous celebrity has died. Usually like a celebrity that would have been around during their times, like like an older person. So, but today I saw this on Twitter where Angela Bassett's son, Slater, I don't know if this is one of the twins. I don't know if she has more than the twins, but either way. Her 16-year-old son posted a clip of him doing this prank, but saying that it was Michael B. Jordan. And which
is fucked up because she knows Michael B. Jordan.
She knows Michael B. Jordan
from Black Panther.
And Chadwick literally just died.
Yeah.
From the same movie.
Yeah.
And so when I saw it, I didn't even realize this was Angela Bassett at first. Mm-hmm. I was looking at it and I was like, oh, this woman really looks like Angela Bassett, because the woman was so like distraught, like no. And she came over like to see, and I'm looking at this and I just was like, once I realized it was actually her, I was like, that's mean.
Yeah, that's a mean thing to do.
That is a mean thing to do.
The national treasure that is Angela Bassett.
Because it's like, I would say this
it's grim and morose already.
Yeah, it's mean to do to any of your parents. Yeah. Like, I would not, my mom loves Barbra Streisand. I would never go call her up and be like, Barbra Streisand died, so she could be upset and distraught, like, and just think, oh, it's funny. Haha, it's not funny. Your parents are still people.
Yeah.
They're still going to be, like, the grieving over celebrity for some people might seem weird, but it's most times, if you're grieving over celebrity, it is someone who has meant something significant to your life. Like their music, their TV, whatever you consumed by them was something pivotal for you. And it's not a weird thing to feel sad and distraught when somebody like that has passed away. Mm-hmm. But it's an extra helping of dumbassery and shitheadedness to do that to someone your mom works with.
Yes.
And you know that she knows him, and you know him because he probably been to your house.
Yeah,
been to
probably
lunch or
met
like that.
in person a bunch of times, had each other over for dinner, ate meals together.
Well, Twitter was cursing him out and dragging him. Rightfully so.
Not to mention, this prank isn't new. Like, this is what Twitter used to do every 3 weeks of just like Jackie Chan, R.I.P. Jackie Chan, R.I.P. Jimmy Fallon. They still do it every now and then.
And it always gets crazy. It's always terrible when they do that as like a joke, and then maybe a few years later the person does die.
Yeah.
Or you hear them talking about, yeah, my mom called me up weeping because this was trending online and she thought that I had died. Like, saying someone died when they haven't is not funny. Unless you're talking about Trump, because I mean, like, who the fuck cares about him? Mm-hmm. And even then, I would be pissed off because it wasn't true. So but I don't want to have these jokes, and I think that kids, like, y'all need to be more mindful that your parents and the people in your life are also people, and being mean is not funny.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a way to live your life. And I'm glad that he's getting dragged, and I hope that he deleted the video, but I hope he gets grounded. I hope he can't go to his spring formal.
Spring formal.
I hope he doesn't get enough money to buy his essential sweatpants. Has to get a summer job. Because you think about it, your parents are Angela Bassett and Vance.
I don't remember his name.
Something Vance. My mind's blinking. But, like, those are your parents. So you don't have to want for anything money-wise. Anything access-wise. I would be like, no, you can't have any access to my Black Card. No, you can't have access to the Uber account. Walk your ass to wherever you want to go. Go get a job. If you want to be funny, I'm going to be fucking hilarious. Ha, 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 motherfucker.
Mother, go over there to Nike, get yourself a application.
Now who's making jokes? But yes, that
Michael be out of this house and working now at the Jamba Juice.
Okay, so now I have one. This is one last story. Mm-hmm. I meant to actually do this one before I did the Angela one, but I got them mixed up. So there has been a big snowstorm in the Buffalo, like upstate New York, and a lot of people have died. I think almost about 30 people have died so far. But I saw this really sad story of this 22-year-old woman, named Andell Taylor, who was trapped in her car on Christmas Eve. And she was calling. She's originally from North Carolina, but went to Buffalo to take care of her sick father, I believe, or uncle. And she was a nursing student, and she was coming home, and she was trapped in the blizzard. She couldn't move. She was contacting the authorities. She said that she was waiting for them, but she was in the text messages to her family. She was basically like saying that they don't really care and they're not really taking it serious. Mm-hmm. So that's, looking back on it, that's very sad because they found her Christmas. She had died in her car. And it was just very sad. I'm like, there's people, y'all want to make fun of Greta Thunberg when this type of shit is happening. Buffalo has always been a place where it snows a lot.
Yeah,
like
it does snow a lot.
Upstate New York, it snows all the time. But like these type of snowstorms where people are like dying and people are literally waking up to 6 feet plus of snow at their home where they can't even like get out of their house without digging a tunnel. These are new situations. And as climate change gets worse, it's like everything about our infrastructure is going to need to be revamped and understood that, like, we have to do better with each other. We have to, like, if it's snowing, people shouldn't have to go into work. Because, like, all these people were on the road. And it's like, why were people even having to come back from work in scenarios like this? Or, you know, you get your work canceled for the day, but then you still got to drive. And you don't know how long it's going to take you. Or just, like, she's caring for her father who's sick. If she has to go out and get medicine or whatever, like, you're kind of left to your own devices. And our city's emergency services are just not prepared. Because she was in her car for 22 hours.
Yeah, that's a long-ass time.
To be found. And it's just, like, it's just so very sad. I feel for her family and all of her loved ones because there were so many other stories like that. I was looking on social media, even without looking for it, I was seeing people where they were finding bodies in the snow of people who were trying to like walk home and got caught up, etc. So I just like, please care about the polarized caps. Please, like, recycle and but rich
Do
people
the bare minimum of just doing your fucking part when it comes to recycling.
stop taking fucking private jets because you don't want to have to fly commercial. I know it's fucking annoying. Everybody hates the airport, but like we just do your part so we can at least save ourselves a little bit more than we are right now. Okay, that was the last sad thing that I had to say. Now, do you want to hear something that was funny?
Yes, I do.
All right.
That's all I ever want to do. Just hear some
All I
funny
want
shit.
to do is see you turn into
Some
a
funny
giant
stories.
woman.
Some funny stories. All I want to be is someone who gets to see a funny story.
A funny story. All right. So you know Samuel L. Jackson, our beloved Morehouse man, and he is a Morris man, an actor, an activist. He does those. Is it Expedia or Capital One?
Capital One.
Capital One commercials.
Yeah.
He's all over the place. He's
Yes.
everywhere. He's that motherfucker.
Yes, he's in the Marvel movies as Nick Fury.
Yes.
And he's also Ozone in Pixar's Incredibles.
He is. So he was given he was in Star Wars. What was his character in Star Wars?
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu, yes. So on Twitter, Twitter is something that everybody uses, but I think everyone doesn't always realize the different functionalities that are on there. So he was, I guess, scrolling, and apparently he was liking some videos.
Yeah.
And when you like stuff on Twitter, everybody can see what you like. Like, you can look on there, which is why I don't like a lot of things on Twitter, because I don't want to see people. I don't want to know people to know what I'm liking on there.
Yeah.
Especially because Twitter has a very,
I like to creep on Twitter, so I don't use Twitter that much unless it's to repost some stuff, but yeah, I'm just a creep. So I like to look at shit all over Twitter.
And, there's a lot of sexually explicit things on Twitter.
It's a
Twitter
wild,
has-
wild west of sex.
Like, Tumblr
Wow,
used to have a
sex.
bunch of porn, and I feel like all that, when they stopped letting you put porn on Tumblr,
That's
then
when
Twitter
blew up.
got the porn, because they were like, we're just going to move platforms, boo. And I can't say that it's not something that I say is necessarily easy to find. I know that, I know that sometimes other people's feeds, when they went to go to look up something innocuous, there always seems to be porn on there.
Yes.
I generally don't have that issue. But, hi, Auntie.
Hello there.
Right as we're talking about Twitter porn.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, keep going.
so Samuel L. Jackson, he was on Twitter scrolling like everybody else.
I didn't know that they walked that measure back on Tumblr. Guess
didn't
I
know
will
that.
be getting my Tumblr account active again.
And he was liking a bunch of hardcore porn and not realizing that the likes were public. And his followers had to tell to him, hey, Uncle Sam,
Yeah.
just so you know,
Uncle Sam.
we can see what you're liking. And then he proceeded to unlike all those videos, but he never said anything about.
Now I'm curious as to which type of stuff that he's into.
I feel like someone has to have a screenshot.
Yeah, because
Well, it says that
I just want to know, what does the mind of such a brilliant thespian such as Samuel Jackson find entertaining when it comes
it
to
said
that realm of entertainment?
he was liking tweets from this account Black Panda _00, which had graphic do nots.
What?
Look at that while we're recording.
What? What's wrong? I need to. This is research. This is due diligence.
That is not due diligence. It's due Oh, never mind. It's not going to work. Anyway, Black Panda _00.
Oh, it just popped up immediately.
Which had graphic porn clips. And then, they let him know, and he unliked it. So I want to say, Uncle Sam, please do not be ashamed.
The tweets are protected. Damn it.
Porn likings, okay?
So at the very least, he must follow this. He follows Black Panda.
If somebody has,
because it is not public
if
at all.
anybody can see the videos that Black Panda publishes, can you screenshot them and send them to us, just so we can know what they're talking about? I want to be included. I want to see what he's looking at. Like, what is his preferences? Now, this is semi-porn related. So I think that this could be, honestly, I'm sure you will find you could find this, what I'm about to talk about, in a Pornhub category.
How semi is it? Is it semi-soft or is it semi-hard when it comes to the vicinity towards porn?
I would say it's probably more towards semi-hard.
Okay, there we go.
So an elderly man, an 88-year-old man,
jeez,
was rushed to the hospital, Hospital Santé Musée in Toulon, France. Because
is that where Tulum is?
No, that's Tulum. I said Toulon, Toulon. Toulon. I said it in a French accent.
Oh, terrible. It was a terrible accent.
He went to Saint Musée because he had an 8-inch long artillery shell that was inside his rectum.
Oof.
And the hospital went under a bomb threat because it was a shell from World War One. It was unblown up, obviously, but it was a shell. So they didn't know if it could have possibly caused some sort of situation. So they had to do a whole evacuation. And I just want to know. Oh gosh, I have a picture of it. I'm just curious, why did he want to put this bomb up there?
It could be in Everything Everywhere All at Once situation.
Well, I know
he could be trying to access a parallel life from a different multiverse, and the only way to do that was to shove artillery up his ass.
So the thing is, I have read about men who put things up their butt, a lot, random household things, and a lot of it times, it's because these guys have a desire to, have some anal play, but they're too embarrassed to go to get a dildo or whatever.
So he has to do it the only masculine way he can find is doing it with a bomb. I'm a real man. Only real men put bombs up their asses.
I think that a lot of people don't realize that, with a vagina, there's a cap. You could put something up there, but it's gonna stop.
There's gonna be some resistance.
The rectum has no resistance.
Yeah, because it
will continue to
right
go
up into your
up.
colon.
It'll go up and up and up, and you put it up too much. You think you can pull it down, you can't. That's why the booty plugs are very particular shape.
They have that base in it that what you could.
You can't just put any old thing up there and expect to be able to get it out.
It could get lost.
It can get lost because you think about the sphincter, the way that it shrinks like this. It's like sucking things up.
Yes.
So please, people, go buy a dildo or a vibrator or some other a butt plug. Please buy the appropriate items so you are not going to the hospital and having to get bombs pulled out of your ass.
There you go. Ba 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 bombs up your ass. Ba 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 bombs up your ass. Ba 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 ba.
I hope you save that and clip it for a drop.
Okay.
Just for no reason.
Okay.
But that story to me, I was just like, you know what? On one hand, and that should also be the title of the episode. On one hand, I think that it's great that this older man is exploring his sexuality. On the other hand, I just wish he would have done it safely. And that's really all it is. Just explore your sexuality safely. Okay? Put the bombs down. No surgical steel. Get a go to Babeland.
I thought you were about to say Beyblades.
Oh God! Could you imagine
a Beyblade up
I
the
bet
ass?
you somebody has put a Beyblade up
I
their butt.
wouldn't be surprised.
I bet you somebody has done it.
Beyblades, let it rip.
I know that someone's done it. For whatever reason, they've done it. And I can imagine them like putting it up there and thinking, oh God, please don't put any bombs or any Beyblades or anything else up your butt. Go get
bombs over Beyblades. Yeah, that man and make it fake. Okay, bombs over Beyblades. Ow, ow, ow.
Please go and get a butt plug from a credible source.
Yeah, just go to Hot Topic. They have them there.
Babeland is right there. And they will have all of your butt plug needs. Adam and Eve, you can go there and find something.
Well, we're not sponsored by Adam and Eve.
Well, maybe we should be.
One day we could be, and I'll be happy for that day. But right now, I'm
trying to give them some. They get enough people coming from them. Tell them that we sent. Tell Babeland and Adam and Eve we sent you.
Remember those fidget spinners? I did see a butt plug with a fidget spinner at the end, and I thought that was cool.
What? But what happens? I would just be afraid things would accidentally break off when you're trying to take them out. Like,
but the fidget spinner?
Yeah. Like, is it gonna?
Well, that's why you gotta be careful. You pull it out like
I did see a story recently about this woman from Australia. Her boyfriend died, and he had given her a butt plug for a gift at one point, and she put his remains inside the butt plug because he spent so much time there.
Okay.
But she was stopped at a airport in New Zealand or Australia because they were like, "What is this object in your body? This looks like a bomb." It was not a bomb; it was a butt plug. So that was a kind of reversed story than what we talked about today.
Bombs over butt plugs. That's a better title.
It was. I thought you were going to say that first, but you didn't. All right, we're going to be right back to do our abbreviated second half because it's almost time to biz ounce for Happy New Year shenanigans.
Yes.
But we will be right back, so stay here. Don't go. We want to see you in a moment.
You're listening to the Black and Snerdy podcast.
We now return to the Black and Snerdy podcast.
I've been thinking about you for quite a while. You're on my mind every day and every night. My every thought is you. The things you do seem so satisfying to me. I must confess it, girl. Ooh, and I like it. You send chills up my spine every time I get one look at you. Ooh, I like it. Girl, you're blowing my mind with the things you say to me. I like the way you comb your hair, and I like those stylish clothes to wear. It's just the little things to do that shows how much you really care. Like when I'm all alone with you, you know exactly what to do. You put that fire inside of me and make it life is just a dream. Ooh, I like it. You send chills up my spine every time I take a look at you. Ooh, and I like it. Ooh, and I like it. All right, that's enough.
You really got up there in that falsetto.
Yeah, I did. A little bit.
You did.
I can't do it like naturally. I have to like do it playfully. You know what I mean?
But it worked.
Cause if I was actually singing in my register, I'm maybe I might be a baritone. I have to check, but like yeah.
Well, you did great.
So satisfying to me, it's all I think about. Ooh, and I like it.
They should have added you onto the song.
Girl, you're blowing my mind when you do those things. I like the way you comb your hair. I like those stylish clothes you wear. Blah, 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 blah. That knows that I really care. All right, we don't have enough time for this.
Are you ready to answer a question?
For our mental health section, this is the part of the podcast where we check in with each other as far as mental health is concerned, because we always say this, we're mental health advocates, not experts. So, what is the question?
Is it possible or impossible to live in the present moment?
I think it is possible. I think you have to clear your mind and like not it takes a lot in order to live in the present. At least for me, I can only my mind is always racing. That's why like it's hard for me to perform in some areas and hard for me to like act in other areas, because like I'm always in my head thinking like a million different things.
Yeah.
Like in overthinking, overstimulating myself.
I think it's like if you.
But I do think it's possible.
If you are a neurotypical person, in general, I think it is easier for you to live in the present. But if you are a neurodivergent person or have any other like mental things going on, I think it is harder, not impossible, but it's more implausible that you're going to be living in the present moment, because I can't even, if I'm eating ice cream and that's the best ice cream I've ever eaten, somehow, some way, it's going to cause me to be thinking about the time where like I went to go get ice cream with a friend in middle school and I like tripped or something stupid, or something's gonna come up and it's gonna take me out of that moment. Like you said, like there's so many times when I'm supposed to be in the present moment and I am having, and people will be thinking like, oh, you're so distracted or disconnected or like something's wrong, and I'm like, nothing's wrong. I literally I'm just trying to pay attention. That's it. I'm just trying to pay attention to what's going on, because right now there's so many things happening that I'm overstimulated and I cannot pay attention to just the now. And I think that that is annoying, because being in the now and in the present is important to be able to just like, you know, live in the moment and enjoy what's going on. And sometimes being in your head will take you out of not only it will take you out of the moment, but it creates scenarios that are not needed and are not helpful to you or the people you're around. So it just takes a lot of work for some people to be present compared to others. But it's not impossible. It just, some people it's more work to do that. And so, you know, you are constantly having people ask you, like in the middle of like a family gathering, are you okay? What's wrong? Are you all right? I'm fine. I'm just thinking about random things, and I would like to do that in peace.
Right.
Okay, so how was your mental health this week? I was gone for I was away.
Sorry, that should have been off mic.
I was away for a week and a half.
Yes, you were.
About a week.
It
and
felt like 2 weeks.
It did feel
But
like
it
2
was
weeks.
like
It was
a
only
week
like
and a
a
half.
week and a half.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really seeing you that much, even though we were talking on the phone. But like, how was this last 2 weeks for you? Were you feeling okay?
Yeah, I was actually pretty good the last 2 weeks. I got a lot of rest. I will say that right now. I got a lot of rest. I fell asleep at normal times. I actually stayed up during the day. I actually functioned like a just a person, just normal.
So this is what it means when you don't have to work. You sleep at a normal amount of time. You feel rested.
Sure. That you're absolutely right. That is what it means when I don't have to work.
Yeah. So you could just like be rested.
Yes.
Are you making that face because you're saying it's not work related?
No. I'm making a face because I am remembering how good my last week and a half was.
Because you didn't have to work.
Sure. Anyhow,
do you see what I mean?
no, my week
talk
was fun.
to you about this off mic.
No, you won't.
will.
No, you won't.
I'm going to bring it up.
None of us will remember.
I'm going to.
Okay, because Lord knows you're like an elephant in that way.
Yep.
Anyhow, how was your week?
Well, it wasn't as good as yours, apparently. It was fine.
It was fine. Well, fine could mean anything. Does fine mean mid?
I had a fun time where I was.
Yes. Oh boy.
I met with a new psychiatrist.
That's good. That is good to hear. Continue.
And hopefully we'll be getting medicine soon.
Yes, that's good to hear as well.
That's it.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, okay. Well, we can move on to the next one.
Yes! Moving on to Gripe Right Here.
Bring it. What? We gripe it. We're not griping anywhere else. We gripe it. This safe space for us to share. We gripe it. We ain't griping anywhere else. We gripe it.
So, what are your gripes?
My gripes are people being mean to you for no reason. That's number one. When you've been nothing but kind to them. That's my number one gripe. It's people being mean, criticizing, and other rude things for no reason. Outside of you breathing.
It's fun.
No, it's not.
Fun and entertaining.
It's not fun and entertaining.
I would say so.
That's bullying.
How is that bullying?
It's you find joy in being mean to someone for shits and giggles. That is bullying. Listeners, please let us know if that is bullying.
These are the jokes, folks. These are the jokes.
Please let us know. I would like. I'm asking you.
Yes,
since
listeners.
Apparently,
please
nobody else knows.
Please, listeners, write in and let us know
to bully.
If y'all got the joke.
But it's all a question of who is laughing.
It's all in fun and games, I would say.
And
it's all fun and
who
games.
is laughing? That's the number one.
You joke with the ones you care about.
Oh,
that's
shut
up! It has been always,
shut
and that's
up.
the way you joke with those who you know can take it. So there you go.
I can't take jokes, people. I'm a very sensitive person.
Yeah, well,
so
we find this out.
That's something that is not new. I have always been sensitive. Mm-hmm. You just don't care because you like to make fun of me.
All right. If you say so.
This is a true statement. Anyway, it's not just for you. This is for everyone. Because everyone
Hello again.
likes to make jokes and be obnoxious to me. And I don't like it. It's not.
We need to get you
fun.
another word other than obnoxious.
No,
'cause
it's a good word.
That's a you're using that as like a catch-all.
It's a catch-all for the people. They are obnoxious.
No.
Most people are obnoxious for no reason.
Obnoxious is a specific.
Why? What is that?
Adjective.
What is it specific to?
It's specific to a type of like
What?
to a level of like obnoxious is like a level of irritant.
That's how I feel.
A specific level
That
of
is how I
irritant.
feel.
It's
That's
not
what-
a catch-all for all irritation.
It makes the people behave obnoxiously, and that's how I feel.
We gotta get you a thesaurus.
No, I don't
In
need
fact,
one.
let me look it up.
Obnoxious is the right word for me. You can't tell me what words to use.
Thesaurus.
I'm saying that people are obnoxious, and that's what it is because it's true.
Let's see. Unpleasant, disagreeable, nasty, distasteful, offensive. Fine, I would accept offensive or objectionable. Unsavory, unpalatable.
No, I'm using obnoxious.
Off-putting. Yeah, okay, so maybe off-putting.
This
Off-putting.
conversation is
Some
off-putting.
off-putting behavior.
You are being.
There you go.
You
Awful,
are,
terrible,
you are
dreadful.
doing some dreadful
Damn,
behavior
55
right
synonyms for... Oh, that's not that many.
now. Okay, you're annoying me.
Okay. Abhorrent.
Your behavior is abhorrent.
What? Rotten,
Yes.
loathsome,
Yes.
nasty,
Yes.
reprehensible.
Yes.
Okay.
All of those.
All right. Well, is that it for the things that are making you mad?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Okay, wait. You know what? Something else made me mad. I got a gift from work, and it was not a gift. First of all, it was the thought that it's the thought that counts. That's all I'm gonna say. It's the thought that counts. And I just wish they would have thought some more before they gave us this gift. That's it.
Your gift wasn't amazing.
No, it was not.
Okay. All right.
Continue on.
As far as my week, I would say if you are an anxious person, you should be aware of how that anxiety might come across to other people, especially if you have to work with them. I would say, like, if you are someone who is in a position of power or a position of leadership, that level of anxiety can trickle down and affect others below you. So that is something that you should be cognizant of. Because if you create an environment where you might not unironically, you might unknowingly be creating an environment of stress.
Yeah.
And you might become a source of stress for individuals of your department or in your workplace. So that's just something for people to be mindful of. And I know, like, and I'm not sitting here blaming people, saying people who are anxious are bad or anything like that. It's just have some just
Mindfulness.
Be for mindfulness. Have some mindfulness
And
about
think
it.
about, hey, is this behavior going to be adding, is going to create value to the team or not?
Exactly.
Because having an anxious team is not an added value.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And that's everything that's upsetting me this week.
All right. I just want to say in general, can just be nice to each other. We don't need to critique and criticize people.
No
There.
need, no hateration.
We don't need any
Holleration
hateration
in this
or
dancery?
holleration in this dancery. Especially during the holidays and just going into 2023, just think like, am I being overly critical? Let me think about it and do differently. That's it. All right, so now we're going to go into my favorite section of what's making us happy.
I'm the baby merchant. Tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant
Love that song. Please
Yes.
go watch. What was it called? Cop Rock?
Cop Rock.
Find the Baby Merchant.
Find
on
the
Cop
Baby
Rock
Merchant clip on YouTube.
and get your life together because it's perfect. It's a perfect episode. What is making you happy this week?
Well, one, doing this podcast with you. Two, I got some really nice gifts for Christmas. Thank you, and thank my mother, my sister, and my father, and Sam and you as well for the abundance of nice gifts that I got for Christmas. I felt loved and appreciated, and it was a very nice time. I also appreciated my vacation from work because this is a season where work tends to ramp up. Mm-hmm. So, I just appreciate the downtime that I have. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, how about you?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with the news story. Because I saw this and I thought it was very heartwarming. But we spoke about earlier about the terrible snowstorm in Buffalo, but this was a happy story, or at least a heartwarming story to come out of that. This woman, Shakira Autry, found the 64-year-old man who's disabled, I think both physically and mentally disabled. She found him crying out on Christmas Eve for help at around 6:30 in the morning. She found him, she took him to her house, took him to the hospital, nursed him back to health, called his family to let him know that he was safe and sent them updates, etc., until they were able to come back and help him. And it was just, I feel like these type of stories are really beautiful. He wasn't alone on Christmas because he had this family who was taking care of him. He wasn't, badly hurt, more badly hurt than he could have been. He had like frostbite and things like that, but they took him to the hospital and they were able to manage that. But it could have been much worse. And I just, seeing stories like this of someone being completely selfless. She didn't even post this on social media. This was someone else who found out about the story, posted it up, and basically said what happened. And yet, it's like, I love when people do things out of the goodness of their heart and they're not posting it on social media, because that just kind of takes away from it. But knowing that she just saw this person who needed help, went out of her way to help them, and her whole family pitched in, and now his family didn't have to worry about him for the holidays, and he also got to spend time with a family on the holidays, which is important and lovely. And then for Christmas I got to see both my dad, which I was very excited about, and my baby Kata, who's looking so cute and chunky. His cheeks are filling out. He's getting rounder. He's just this little butterball, and we were napping together, and I was feeding him.
Snapping?
No, napping.
Oh, it sounded like you said snapping.
Oh, no. We were napping. We were talking to each other. Well, I can't wait till he can do the little bankhead bounce or whatever the snaps are called, because that'll be our little dance of choice.
Yeah, of course.
No, it was just a great time with my family. We were all down there for Christmas, except for we were only missing my stepmom and my little brother and sister. But both my parents were there. My other little sister was there, so that was nice, and it was a very lovely time spent together, even though they also were getting on my nerves. But that is family. And of course, coming back to be able to see you and do this podcast with you,
yes,
is always fun and enjoyable, and it's the highlight of my week. So, yeah, I would say those are the things that have made me happy. I'm looking forward to the rest of the night and like getting to hang out for New Year's Eve and do lots of shenanigans that are fun and all that, and bring in the new year with you.
Yes. It's going to be a good new year. I can already tell.
I'm excited. 2023, it's a 7-year. Yeah? I think it's a 7-year. Yeah, 2023. 3, 4, 7. 3 is 7. It's a 7-year. It's all about completion, bringing things together. Just like go out, get whatever you want. Whatever you want in this life, go out there and get it. Respectively.
Agreed.
Respectfully.
Agreed.
So I think that's it.
All right, that's everything.
That's it and that's all.
Yes, that's it and that's all. That's it. Thank y'all for being here with us, for listening to the podcast, for watching us on Instagram Live. We will be back next year with more episodes of the Black and Snerdy podcast.
And more fun things. We got a lot of things we're cooking them up.
Yes.
They're in the crock pot. They're simmering. The juices are all melding together.
Yes, it's a real bouillabaisse going on. So with that in mind, we will bid y'all adieu and a happy new year to you.
Happy New Year. See you later, alligator.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snerdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snerdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's Licorish is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's that's OD, THATSOD.E. And on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Snerdy Podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.